Hello, it is Sheila, the Grateful Goddess, with tips and techniques for creating a life you love. Okay, so today I want to talk a little bit about when things arise that you don't want and you didn't specifically have anything in mind of this happening. So you know how we talk about thoughts become things, but what happens when I never had that thought and it just became a thing I don't want? So I'm gonna give you a very specific example, one from my life, as I tend to. And that is, as I said in my last video, I had COVID back in November. I recovered on Thanksgiving Day. Thank you. and then, you know, my biggest issue was incredible fatigue. Like, I was exhausted. And then afterwards, when I recovered and I felt like I was fully recovered. And about 2 months after, all of a sudden my hair started falling out. And I would not have even associated it with COVID if my sister hadn't told me, because she had it prior to me. And she said, oh my gosh, my hair is just falling out like crazy. And I went, no, not me. And sure enough, it has been coming out like I probably have a third to a quarter of the amount of hair that I had. And this is where we start to see the spiritual practices in things, right? So we come into this world for expansion. Like, we are here to grow and evolve. And it's interesting that I identify as somebody with thick, beautiful hair. And so as it continues to thin and thin and thin, all of a sudden it is rocking my world. And so I just wanted to give you this example, because it's not as though I was thinking about creating hair loss in my life or becoming less attractive or doing any of these things that one would associate with manifestation and attraction and creating. So what do we do then, right? What do we do? And this is where I think we turn towards the work of Byron Katie. I think she does beautiful work, and she wrote a book called Loving What Is. And basically it is the idea that we can have so much angst and suffering when we fight against what is, right? So it's not what is that it can be the problem, it's that we don't want what is to be the case. So then we resist, and when we resist, it persists. And so all of a sudden I realized, oh, this is an opportunity to love myself, even if I do not have thick, gorgeous hair. And what is the most loving and kind and generous thing I could do for myself in this moment? I am not my hair. I am so much more than that. And so it is just really doing my meditations, grounding, realizing that this is an association and an identity that can be expanded, and that I can see myself as beautiful, even if I have short hair. So I am going to go in and get a consult and find out if the best thing for re-establishing my thick hair is to get a shorter, sassier do for the meantime. I do believe it will come back. I do not. Here's where you can focus on what you want for an end destination. I am loving what is, accepting what is, and still putting my intention and my focus on the fact that it will come back. But for right now, what will it be like? What's my experience of the current moment and just loving what is? So I invite you to look at what in your life could you love a little bit more rather than resist and persist in having it in your life when really you're looking for transformation. One of the things, as I sat down to do this, I didn't have any lipstick on. I was just gonna shoot this, and all of a sudden it was like, you know what? The most loving thing I could do for myself right now is to throw on a little bit of color on my lips so that I can feel beautiful. So what can you do for yourself to honor, love, and show kindness and appreciation for who you are, because you are more than just what people can see? All right, much love. Mwah.